The potential for one's healing capacity and inner strength is often initiated through profound self-healing. As far as I know, many of shamanic healing that you have engaged in, as well as your own healing clients, are closely related to your own past healing experience. May I ask if you have any personal healing experience or insight or stories that you would like to share with us on your life journey?
Yes, certainly when I started my life, I came from a World War II refugee family, and the relationship with my parents didn't last very long. And my father left when I was 4, and the next time I saw him when I was 44. I grew up just with my mother, and I was a religious child and very pious, and I would go to church and do all of that. And they said, oh, well, you know, I had potential to be a priest. And when the time came, we had a change of priests in where we were, and I got sexually abused in the name of God. So I found it very difficult to believe in God after that. Then I joined the military, and I was an angry man, and I went through officer training, and I became a warrior. And there were 2 occasions there where I clearly should have died, but for my intuition, how I felt, and I listened to my intuition, and I'm still here today.
So you experienced a war, actually.
Yeah. So and I came out of the military with post-traumatic stress disorder.
A lot of the soldiers will have.
A lot of soldiers have that, and it's very difficult. You know, you become hyper vigilant. You can't relax. You're emotionally absent, and you get angry very quickly. And I experienced all of that, and that's what led up to when I had that breakdown. It all came together during that time. So you know, I had a lot of trauma in my life, a lot of emotional abandonment. And what I found with emotional abandonment was that it affected my relationships, and it made me needy. I felt like I had to really love somebody, and sometimes that was a bit much for the person. And so, and when I realized that through emotional abandonment of my father, and I understood that, my whole life changed, and I didn't become needy anymore, and I understood what the journey of life around the emotional side of abandonment was. So yeah, it's been a journey of being wounded, and the wounded healer always makes the best healer, because when people come, you can say, yeah, I can relate to that, or I can relate to this.
Because you have experienced all of this.
Experienced all of it, and now that I know the healing ways, and the fact that I was able to fix myself in that regard, then it allows me to very confidently work with others to help heal them. Yes?
Yeah, I think it's not easy for kids that, you know, the father's role has been completely missing since their childhood. You know, childhood is a very important period for an adult. And if the father's role is being like it's missing, and it will impact a lot of things afterward, including the masculine power. But now you are very masculine, so you must overcome this through your life journey, right?
Yes.
And also the thing that you mentioned about the sexual abuse in the church.
Yeah. Well, it took me 40 years to deal with it and to bring it out into the open, because there's a lot of shame involved. In that. And once I confronted the church, I said, hey, listen, this is what's happened, and they acknowledged that this guy was not a good guy that did this. And I went through that process, and there was a lot of healing in that allowed me to move on from it. Yes.
Yeah. How old was that when you experienced the sexual abuse in the church?
14.
14.
Yes.
Teenager. Well, it must be very tough.
It was.
So, and then your religion has changed. I mean, your belief has changed afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. I tried to be an atheist, but I found that especially when I got that video in my life and Spirit was showing me things, I said, okay, you know, religion is not for me. I'm a spiritual person, and I'll work with Spirit now.
So you believe in spirits and nature?
Yes, I do. Then. Yes. The way I look at it is that nature is my religion, the earth is my church.
Well, that's a good sentence.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that you're sharing your healing journey in life
Yes.
so openly, because you have experienced a lot
Yes.
than a normal person should experience.
Yeah.
If I bring someone today, if they experience one of your trauma, that's probably be enough, and they carry the trauma for whole life.
Yeah.
But actually, you experience the whole of it
Yes.
and come out of it
Yeah.
and then heal yourself
Yeah.
and become a healer. So, wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I believe your story will inspire many people and
thank you.
illuminate their heart.
Yes.
And I think the most important thing I want to address here is healing is not about healing someone.
Yes.
I think it's more about healing yourself.
Yes.
And through healing yourself,
Yes.
you will gain a lot of insights
Yes.
and experience
Yes.
or wisdom.
Yes.
The wisdom will come
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that you can learn from the textbook or
That's
from
correct.
a workshop.
Yeah, for me, wisdom comes when you have transcended the emotion of your story.
Yeah, and
So
also your experience.
That's correct. So when we think about something, then we can feel it, then we need to deal with it because that trauma is held in the body. But I can now talk about my sexual abuse. I don't feel any shame, and I'm okay talking about it. It's part of my story.
And because you
I'm
already
not affected
overcome it.
because I've gone through the process of healing that within me, yeah?
And if someone has similar experience come to you, then you can share your
That
experience.
is correct. That's correct, yes.
I think that's that's what the healing is.
It makes you an authentic healer.
Yes. And a lot of people will, come to the healer and then asking them whether you can heal me.
Yes.
But the idea is nothing can heal you. Only yourself can heal yourself.
Yes. Well, the thing is that we can facilitate healing, absolutely. But you have to take the journey of intimacy, and intimacy is into me, I see. So when you start to reflect upon your own life and your own journey, and then you start to see your role in everything that happened to you, and then you want to be healed, then we can go through the shamanic process to heal you. Yes. And
so it's more like we are, as a healer, we are assisting one person's healing journey.
That's correct.
Help them to walk by their own, walk by themselves.
Yes, that's correct.
Yep, and then once they can walk by themselves and see the whole picture of their life clearly, then they need to do the changing by themselves.
Yes.
And that's where the healing starts.
That's correct.